Singh for joining me in this discussion. And with that, viewers, we're now going to move ahead. Now, Egypt has accepted U.S. President's invitation to join the Board of Peace initiative, which aims to end the conflict in Gaza and address global disputes. Egypt's foreign ministry confirmed the acceptance, commending Trump's Middle East policies and expressing support for the board's second phase to end the Gaza conflict. However, Norway has decided not to participate in the initiative in its current form. Separately, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan discussed the situation in Syria and Gaza with Trump in a telephonic call. Erdogan expressed Turkey's concern for Syria's unity and territorial integrity and thanked Trump for the invitation to join the Board of Peace. Trump's plan for Gaza, which includes supervising the region's temporary governance, is concerns for many rights experts who view it as a colonial-style structure. Diplomats also worry it could undermine the United Nations. The board, which is chaired by Trump, includes figures like Secretary of State Marco Rubio, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, and Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. I now welcome Mohammed Osman, Middle East expert, in this discussion. Osman joins us from Cairo. Thanks very much for joining us, Osman. Firstly, let's begin with U.S. relations with Egypt. What does Trump have to gain from Egypt, and what can Egypt really bring to the Board of Peace?
Well, of course, Egypt is a strategic partner of the United States in the Middle East region. This is a partnership that dates back to 1979. So it's a very long-term relationship that, even though it had its ebbs and flows, yet both sides are committed to cementing this relationship and maintaining it despite the challenges and actually disagreements, sometimes substantial disagreements on a variety of files, including at many points the Palestinian cause and the situation in Gaza. Egypt and the United States both played a very pivotal role in the mediation of the ceasefire in Gaza. Egypt led, along with Qatar, the mediation, especially the delivering the viewpoint of the Palestinian factions, while the United States, of course, negotiated on behalf of Israel. And basically, even though it is biased towards Israel, it was a mediator of necessity because it is the only party that is capable of applying any actual pressure on the Israeli side. So both sides, Egypt and Israel and the United States, are partners in the brokering of the ceasefire and the Trump plan per se in Gaza, and both of them are responsible for, along with other stakeholders, of course, for supervising its implementation. The Board of Peace, of course, is supposed to be the overarching entity that will overlook or supervise the implementation of the Gaza deal. It subordinated to it is the Executive Council, which includes several officials from several states and several parties in general, and also the Palestinian National Committee, which will govern the Gaza Strip. So Egypt accepted membership in this Board of Peace out of its commitment to advancing the peaceful settlement of the conflict in Gaza and to stabilize the ceasefire and prevent the situation from sliding once more into open warfare. The Egyptian President al-Sisi is in Davos, and he is supposed to meet today with President Trump on the margins of the conference of the World Economic Forum, and they will probably discuss the Gaza deal and the implementation of the second phase of the Gaza deal, and also definitely Egyptian-U.S. bilateral relations.
All right, Osman, we've already seen how Trump has threatened to punish France for not accepting the invitation. Now, Norway has also rejected. What consequences do you think it can face, or any other countries that refuse to be part of the Board of Peace?
I think countries that are refusing membership, especially European countries at this point, are out of fear that the United States is attempting to establish this Board of Peace as basically something that will stand instead of an alternative to the United Nations. And of course, this is something that the Europeans have great concerns about, especially given that US-European tensions have risen to unprecedented levels over the US ambitions or urges to overt urges even to annex Greenland. And the Board of Peace is rumored to be it's supposed to be, it's planned to become an international organization, according to some sources. President Trump will launch the Board of Peace tomorrow and will reportedly sign a treaty that will launch this entity, which means that it will be a permanent entity, and it will not only be responsible or specialized with dealing with the Gaza issue. It will actually be a platform for conflict resolution, according to President Trump, especially that countries now that will join will have to pay a membership fee of $1 billion, according to the US administration. So it seems that the Europeans fear that the United States is trying to create an alternative international system that is unilateral, that does not uphold the consensus of nations with regards to international law and international institutions. So therefore, they have their skepticism and their fears about joining this entity, especially with the rising tensions over Greenland.
All right, Osman, do stay on with us as we move